The opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints expressed on today's radio show and their guests do not necessarily reflect the opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints of Easy Way Broadcasting.
Welcome to Radio Boomers Live, the show about all things human from a baby boomer's perspective. All things hot and all things not. News, reviews, interviews, chat, text, and what's next. And here are your hosts, Reatha Gray from Betty White's Off Their Rockers and Easy's dad, Jim Zuley.
10 o'clock Monday morning, Radio Boomer Livers, Easy Way fam, everybody out there, welcome to the show. Welcome, Reatha. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Do we have a bright-eyed and bushy-tailed Reatha? Did you just get back from your 2-mile run as usual, or what's the deal?
Not at all. I barely woke up. What can I tell you? I love doing this show because I do get to do it remotely. It's a wonderful thing.
I'll tell you what, Reatha.
But I am awake, and I'm happy to be here.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, you're always traveling. You're always doing something. I give you a lot of credit. I don't know how you do it. I mean, if you told me you were going to be skydiving next week, it wouldn't surprise me at all, or scuba diving out in the Bahamas. Well, maybe not the Bahamas, but, you know.
Yeah, no, this is not the time for the Bahamas. Although I had hoped to go to the Bahamas this year for vacation, but I don't know. It's not looking too good now.
Might put that off, Reese. What do you think?
I might have to put it off till next year. I did that one year. I went to Freeport, Bahamas, the same year that they had a bad hurricane, and there were hardly any tourists there. There was nothing working. The island was deserted. It was pretty wiped out. So I've learned my lessons. Don't go travel on vacation immediately after a hurricane.
Yeah, well,
but that brings us up to our hot topic.
Hot topic time.
Ripped from the headlines, today's hot topic.
Well, my hot topic this week is I went to the theater last night, the Thomson Theater at the Music Center last night, and saw John Leguizamo. I always say his name wrong. Forgive me, John. Leguizamo in the history of Latins for Morons. And it was really a good show. It gave you a really good, interesting lesson on Latin American, well, not just Latin Americans, but Latins, a good history overview. Talked about some of the heroes of Latinos, and it was funny. I mean, he kind of educated and made laugh, and he was brilliant dancing. It was really a very, very good show. It's still at the Thomson, I think, for another week or so. I believe they have tickets available. If you have a chance, get out and see him. I happen to love John Leguizamo. I think he's a brilliant actor. He's in the anthology movie When They See Us. I believe that's on HBO. I'm not positive. That's horrible. But When They See Us, it's been all over the TV where you can check your local listings. He's brilliant in that. He's brilliant. It's a one-man show. He is on that stage for 2 solid hours. No one else comes in. No one else goes out. He is just brilliant, and you can tell he's sharing from his heart. It's really an entertaining and educational 2-hour show. So if you have time, check out the Thomson, check out the history of Latins for morons. And, of course, we the audience are the morons, because I learned all kinds of things that I had never learned before about Latinos. And, Jim, what's your hot topic?
September 21st, Mission Viejo. We have a golden stage. The last event was a total home run. Now we have the golden stage, and we've got Gary Miller, music producer, Kevin Dorsey. This is legends, all right. Kevin Dorsey was Michael Jackson's music director. Steve Resnick, the former Capitol Records president, and Sheldon Reynolds, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Eric, superstar media. Eric is just taking over the world. And Denise Burkhart, Annie McKnight, host comedian. It's going to be amazing. But we're going to talk about that later. I'm going to jump into some news. President Trump said on Tuesday that he had fired National Security Advisor John Bolton, citing disagreements. The number of Americans without health insurance, and this is a big topic, climbed to 27.5 million in 2018, the first rise since 2010. Top 5 movies on iTunes, MIB, Men in Black International, X-Men, Dark Phoenix, The Secret Life of Pets 2, Rocketman, and Booksmart. Kyle Foster, 43 years old, of Arizona, he died in an off-road vehicle accident, one of those ATV type things in North Dakota. Now his brother Jeremy, who was way ahead of him, so he was 47. Totally, he was not. They weren't riding together. He was in a different area up ahead, 10 minutes ahead. He was riding too. They were both off-roading, and he was also killed in an off-road accident 10 minutes later. I mean, be careful when you do that off-road stuff. Republican Dan Bishop wins special election for House seat in North Carolina. Republicans hold on to another seat. Osama bin Laden's son, Hamza, if I pronounce that right, was killed in a counter-terrorist operation. Hamza was a high-ranking al-Qaeda member. Saudi Arabia, big problems in Saudi Arabia. 2 major oil facilities were set ablaze by drone strikes. Someone released 14 of these drones, and they attacked with, however they set up the drones with missiles or something. And the fires were huge fires, and this is like a percentage of the oil there, 2 biggest ones from Saudi Arabia. So anyway, that fire's under control. Felicity, the actress, Felicity Hoffman, gets 14 days in federal prison for her role in the bribery scandal. She also received a $30,000 fine and supervised release for a year and 250 hours community service. California hit with big wildfires. NASA could see this from space, the smoke and everything. They're blaming it on climate change and the drought. These fires are just going out of control, but they're trying to stay on top of it. Thousands of GM workers went on strike at 11:59 Eastern Time Sunday, and after the negotiations broke down, and median home price in the U.S. was $230,000, while the average price in California was $550,000, with the average monthly payment of $2,500. The top 5 Democrats running in 2020: Biden, Warren, Sanders at 15%, Harris at 7%, and Buttigieg at 5%. A top historian in the U.S., David Hansen, concludes, and this guy's got some credentials. After thorough research, he finds supporting President Trump would be the best decision for our country. And India has been having very strict laws on water. That you can be jailed if you find yourself wasting any water. The number 1 university in America comes with a sticker price of $293,000, which is Princeton, followed by Harvard, Columbia, and Massachusetts Institute of Tech. Well, Reatha, I'm going to end it there, but I got so much more news. Sarah Palin. Remember Sarah Palin, Reatha, Governor of Alaska?
Well, of course.
She's got her divorce papers after 31 years of marriage, citing incompatibility. I guess some people are just incompatible sometimes. And
so you grow apart. What can you say? But that takes us to our first commercial from our sponsor today.
All right, here we go.
Looking to grow and align your brand with celebrities and other established brands? Your brand is all about your entire customer experience. Everything from your logo, your website, your social media experiences, the way you answer the phone, to the way your customers experience your staff. So why not let us help you get your branding right from the start? At Easyway Promotions, we are a new class of professionals providing first-class online branding, promotion, social media, website development, editing, graphic design, public relations, media, SEO, and online advertising to give your business the competitive edge to stand out. Our highly experienced experts will not only help you increase your online presence, but also provide you with a proven online strategy to help you increase the value of your company and make acquiring new customers easier. So what are you waiting for? Contact us today and let us help you grow your business exponentially.
For more information, contact 424-209-9290 or visit easywaypromotions.com. That's letter E, letter Z. We also encourage you to like our Facebook page at Easy Way Promotions.
Boomers Forever Young is really making a name for themselves as an exciting nutritional company with products that really work. People from all over the country are starting to take notice. Their whole-person approach to health and wellness, combined with their unique array of powerful natural health products, are setting them apart from all the other companies in the nutrition industry. Their customers love the one-on-one free consultations and the results they experience. Sound a little too good to be true? Then go online to boomerboost.com today and sign up for a free consultation with a product specialist, or just give us a call at 1-800-861-4609. Again, that's boomerboost.com, or call 1-800-861-4609 to join the thousands already experiencing the benefits of Boomers Forever Young products.
Yes, indeed. And I do my Boomer Boost. And we have I say this often, but we have a very unique and talented and gifted individual coming on. Her name is Jennifer Shultz. And she is definitely in tune with the importance of first impression. And I told you the stats on that. People, 62%, a client will give you 62% more investment in your company by the first impression, and that's what Jennifer does. She transforms CEOs, industry leaders, and people of influence to elevate their style, engage with their community, and create connections that build legacies. I like that. And make their dreams come true. All right, Jennifer she's got a heart. She's got a heart for philanthropy, and she's been on stage speaking, produces and hosts red carpet events and fashion galas. She's the founder and host of Leave a Legacy, and soon can be seen on Roku. This lady is amazing, and if I kept reading her bio, we'd be here for an hour. She's so interesting. Jennifer, are you on with us?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
There she is. Jennifer Shultz, welcome to Radio Boomers Live, Eric's show in slow motion with Reatha Gray. This is Reatha. This is Jennifer Shultz.
Hi,
Good
Reatha.
morning, Jennifer.
Good morning.
Jennifer is a busy lady. You have to, if you're going to find Jennifer, you got to wait at some airport because she's always traveling somewhere and doing something. And say, come on, Jennifer, be on our show. Thank you, Jennifer, for coming out with us because we know you're a busy lady, and you are, boy, I tell you, I don't know how you find the time for all this. So how come Jennifer isn't a engineer, an architect, or a doctor? How did she become what she is today? What got you involved in this, where you transform people's lives like this? I mean, what started that?
Okay, well, first I want to say thank you so much to you and to Reatha and to Easy Way for having me on your show. I so appreciate that. And honestly, I have to give all the glory to God because I really don't know how this all happened.
Yeah.
I had a heart attack about 5 years ago, and from there I was trying to figure out like how to restart my life, and I had been in the fashion and beauty industry for a long time, but not doing what I'm doing now with the fashion galas. And I loved philanthropy, and I couldn't pick just one. And I literally heard God say, you don't have to pick one. You can help, multiple charities. And that's kind of how it all started. I held my first fashion gala at a place called Stonehouse in Westlake Village, and it just grew and grew and grew. And it's led me to do all these other amazing things and to help incredible, charities and organizations. So I give God all the glory.
Well, I appreciate that, and you do reach out to a lot of different groups, and you're involved in so much. You're speaking, and producing red carpet events and fashion games. Is there anything in particular, like with your experiences and all the people you've met and the events you've been to, is there anything that stands out, someone you met that was kind of unique, or a certain country you went to or a certain event you were at that kind of stands out with you?
You know what? Honestly, I mean, I've worked with a lot of different organizations, and I have to say American Heart Association, which when I first did my first gala with American Heart, because obviously it was close to my heart, that was my first time, speaking about my heart attack publicly, because I just didn't want to tell anyone, because mine was because of stress. It had nothing to do with like bad arteries or anything. It was total stress related.
Okay.
And so what I really noticed about American Heart is they really, 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 really stepped up with me and helped me in so many ways, and still to this day support me, reaching out to me. And then they asked me to be their chairperson for the social committee for their American Heart Ball coming up this October. And I've had other health issues the past 3 years, and so they've been very supportive. And so for me, what I've learned over the past several years is you definitely find out who your real friends are and the people who really care, and they step out. They step up and show up, and that's most important to me.
So, Jennifer, this is your proverbial wake-up call, right? When you have something like that, you get a pain in your arm, and this, whatever, and they say, hey, you had a heart attack. Definitely a wake-up call, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It was life-changing. It's to this day, if someone tells me either they've had a heart attack, I just have like this instant bond with them, or if someone tells me they've lost someone to a heart attack, I literally almost start crying, because I'm just like, thank you, God, for saving me and for plans that He has for me. He's used me since then. So yeah, big wake up.
Okay.
Well,
big
Jennifer, women have different symptoms than men, and a lot of times we're not detected when we have heart attacks. I know I had a heart attack, and I had to convince the hospital I was having a heart attack, because they were like, no, we don't think so. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. It is a life-changing experience.
Yeah, we have to listen to our bodies. And to be honest with you, if it wasn't for my daughter, she was 21, 22 at the time, if it wasn't for her saying, Mommy, I think you're having a heart attack, and her making me go to the hospital, I wouldn't have went. It was because of her. She'd watched all those shows on National Geographic about medicine.
Wow, that's pretty good. Yeah.
It paid off.
So she needs
and it's really important that we do listen to our bodies, and that we do go to the hospital, and we insist that they treat us if we don't feel well.
Yeah.
And, the life you save may be your own. So I'm glad we both made it through that experience.
Yeah, I am too. I'm grateful about you as well.
One of the things, Jennifer, I'm reading your bio, and you do so much, but sometimes that in itself is kind of a telltale sign. Like, look at all Jennifer does. Look at all Reatha does, and Eric. Well, Eric, it never stops. But sometimes maybe that's not so good in a way, and there should be a little. There's got to be breaks. And I've talked to Reatha about this at the Easy Way Day, and Eric. Not just a day, but there should be some time through the week or through the day itself where you unplug. I read somewhere where they said, just take some time through the day and go sit and relax somewhere. No big thing, just take a little break.
I'm a big believer in that. I actually, I take off the last week of every month now. I don't work at all. I totally unplug. I put my phone away. I don't work on the weekends ever. I mean, I literally put everything away. People are like, I'm trying to get a hold of you. And I said, well, sorry, I'm not available. And I'm actually sort of taking off, I say sort of because I'm still doing a few things, but I can't say no to you, Eric. But I'm taking off the rest of the year, and I'm just focused on health, fitness, and really getting my body back into feeling 100% so I can go into the new year just really strong.
What did they tell you after you had that heart attack? Did they tell you, or could they see it was related to stress, or did they think it was your diet, or I mean, how did they pinpoint that?
Well, it was kind of funny. The doctor, they did 2 EKGs, and then he came back. He said, okay, the cardiologist wants to do another EKG. And I was really, honestly, I was in denial. I was like, whatever. I was in denial. I was being kind of a smart ass to the doctor. And he came back in, and he looked at me, and he literally said, what the F is going on? You're healthy. You don't smoke. You don't drink. You're young. And it was due to a very stressful situation and relationship I was in. And that was the culprit of it. And I had just been pushing everything down, pushing it down. And then boom. So that's basically what they said. And then I had
How old were you? How old were you when that happened?
I was 48. I'm trying to remember because I was
48.
like
so
47.
you were young.
I think I just turned 48. Yeah.
48.
Yeah.
See, that's pretty young. Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Okay, so let's fast forward a little bit now. So he looks at you and he says that. So in other words, what's going on now? What was the prescription of how do we take care of this? I'm not talking about giving you pills, but I mean, did he tell you, look, you got to unplug through the week, you got to start going to the gym, you have to start walking more, maybe not running, but walking, and was that kind of like the...
Actually, it was funny. It's funny you say that because I'm like, okay, the next day he made me stay in the hospital because I wanted to go, and I didn't want to be there, and he said we have to do a stress test, so I looked at the stress test as my workout because I was like working out all the time, and I'm like, oh, good, I can use the stress test as a workout, and they're like, you need to slow down.
Yeah.
So when I got home, I was exhausted. Like for about 3 weeks, I was so tired because I remember asking him, when can I work out? And he said, I want you to take like the week off. The other doctor I saw, he basically told me, he's like, he wanted me to move out. He's like, you got to move out. You got to start your life over again. Things have to change. And he goes, otherwise he's going to kill you. And
so move out, get away, start a kind of a new, more relaxing life, right? Okay.
Yeah, so I actually started my business, which I don't know if that's relaxing, but for me, it was healing because I got dressed up every single day, and I looked like $1 million. I had my computer, and I'd go to this like winery. It's a really cool place in Westlake Village, and I would sit there and act like I was an entrepreneur, knowing what I was doing. I had no clue what I was doing, and
wow.
This month, I got my first client. So
you're an inspiration. You're the kind of people we want on. And let's
thank you.
Okay, so the Easy Way TV show you're doing, tell us a little bit about that.
I'm
this is exciting.
So excited. Yeah, because to me, after having this heart attack, what I realized was, had I died that day, I just didn't feel like I had this legacy. And when I say legacy, I'm not talking about money. I mean, people die and then they go to the attorneys and they get their money and all that kind of stuff, blah, 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 materialistic stuff. I'm talking about like a legacy to remember me. And so that is why I started holding these fashion galas, because I'm like, I want to do something. I want to make a difference. And so I started holding the fashion galas in a way to build the legacy for me. So when I pass on, they can keep going. And then what happened was I started working with my coach, Shanna Sumner, and she said, why not start working with other entrepreneurs, and they can have you produce and host fashion galas to create a legacy for their companies, their community, their family that is much bigger than, just like I said, financial gain or whatever. So that's kind of how it all started. Was I want to leave a legacy. The show itself, I started interviewing people about how are they leaving a legacy, why are they leaving a legacy, and how can they encourage other people to do things, even if you don't have money. Like, what can you do to help? What can you do to create a legacy for yourself, even if you've got nothing? There are ways you can do things.
This is interesting stuff. So you're on track with your Easy Way TV show, and
yes.
Everybody's waiting.
So when's the show going to air?
Funny you asked me that. We were just talking about that this morning. I've got some interviews already done, so we're gonna hopefully in the next few weeks we're gonna start getting some shows on, and then kind of trickle them out through the rest of the year, and then have more like really big launch at the beginning of the year.
Oh, so cool.
Sounds wonderful. Sounds like a great show to listen to. People need to leave legacies. We are so still part of the me generation, and it really is much bigger than ourselves. And legacy doesn't mean just money or just our name in lights, but something that people will benefit from for years or decades to come.
Well, you've met Eric, so things are about to change, Jennifer.
I know. Definitely, he's changing my life, and Denise, and I love them. They are so loving and kind and supportive with me and with my health issues, and they've just been amazing. So I'm so blessed. And the Golden Gala that we just had they had, and I was a nominee, was amazing, and I had so much fun. And I didn't actually get to you. I saw you running around, but you were busy, so I didn't get to go up and talk to you.
You know what? When I have the camera, it's hard to actually be at the event myself. I'm only there through a camera. Difficult, but we want to thank you for coming on, because I've talked to you prior, and I know you're really busy, and you put things off. We appreciate that. And
Jennifer, what's your website? What's your website?
Oh, my website is Jennifer Shultz, and it's SHULTZ, no C in my last name, JenniferSchultzStyle.com.
Styles with an S?
No, just Style. So it's Jennifer Shultz Style. S-T, geez, I can't even spell, S-T-Y-L-E.
S-H-U-L-T-Z.
Yeah. All right. Well, we look forward to your television show. I'm going to check out your website. And thanks for coming on to the show.
It'll be good. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you for having me, and I look forward to interviewing both of you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I told you, Reatha, that Jennifer she's got so much going on. It's amazing, these people, and she's been through her situations. But with that, I think we're moving into a commercial. Let's see what we got going on.
Commercial, and then we'll be back with another guest.
Carmelita's Corner.
No, we're gonna.
Are you tired of doing business the hard way? Is building your business taking too much time and energy? We can help. Introducing your ultimate solution, EasyWay Business Membership. We're a full-service digital marketing solution specializing in branding and marketing, advertising, and introductions to CEOs and influencers that can help your business thrive. Problem solved. Now you can hire our award-winning team to work for your business. We've received many prestigious awards, including the Digital Trailblazer Award by Hollywood Weekly magazine, and we've been recognized by Congress. For just $11 a day, you'll get more exposure, reach more clients by next month, guaranteed. Here's how it works. You pay one low annual fee of $4,000, and you'll receive consulting, branding, marketing, advertising, social media support, product placement, and business introductions to help your business grow exponentially. And if you need more, we offer SEO, commercial, TV exposure, and much more for an additional rate. To recap, for just $11 a day annual membership fee, you'll receive branding, consulting, business-to-business introductions, advertising, and social media support. But don't take our word for it. Here's what our customers say.
We've been working with EasyWay, Eric, for the last 6 months, and literally we are slammed with work for 2 months straight, so his marketing definitely works.
To learn more, visit EasyWayNetwork.com or contact us at 877-399-2929. And don't forget to follow us on social media. On Facebook at EasyWay Network, Twitter at EasyWay Broadcast, and YouTube at EasyWay TV.
Yes, indeed.
You are about to experience Carmelita's Corner. Carmelita's song Rosebud made it to the top 40s with the godfather of soul, James Brown. She's the founder of the Rose Breast Cancer Society. Now here's your host, Carmelita Pittman.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing out there in Radio Land? Good morning, good morning. I have a very special guest today, and I'm sure that you will agree once you get a load of him. His name is Howard Rice. Good morning, Howard. Good morning, Howard.
Good morning, Carmelita.
All right, there you are. How does it feel to be out here in Radio Land?
Oh, it feels wonderful. It really does. It feels wonderful.
Well, you've got a lot to celebrate. You've been a busy, busy man. I mean, I am so proud of you. You are to be congratulated for all of your achievements in the music world. But you just had a very successful show. Can you tell us about it?
Well, Saturday night I was at Mario's Place in Riverside, Michigan, and it was a packed house, and it was great. And all of a sudden, after I did my first set, the owner came over and says, "We got to have you back." Now, I've been there going on 4 years, and a lot of people have never heard of me or so forth, but they love the songs I was doing. And some people they had birthdays, some people had anniversaries, and I just went around the room and just sung to everybody, and they loved it.
Well, there you go. Well, you've been doing this for a while now. Can you tell us how you started on your musical journey?
Okay. I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland, and my mother played piano and ukulele, and my father played guitar, and my grandfather played harmonica. We all used to get together all the time, and so my mother said, "Okay, we're going to put a group together," and the group was called the Rices, and that's what we all done, and it came out very, very well. And she didn't play, she did not play, but we started off in church, really. And we had a great time coming up, singing all the time, and during the Christmas, and just everybody got together. And we really didn't even need outside people because the family was so big. My grandmother had 12, my mother had 7, so we all just got together and had a beautiful time. So,
oh my goodness, you had your own private concert.
Yes, we. Yes, we did.
You didn't need any outside help.
No, and the harmonica that I play on stage, my grandfather gave it to me when I was young, and I play that on stage today. So it's a lot of memories with that harmonica, a lot of memories.
That doesn't seem to be an easy instrument to play either.
Well, it's kind of easy for me because I whistle. My uncle that I was named after taught me how to whistle, and I whistle stuff like a bird and stuff, so I'm on my sister's album, Nancy McKnight, back in Baltimore, and she was going to hire someone to bring birds in to whistle. So I told her, I said, "Well, you don't have to pay nobody to do it. I can do it." So I did it. I had to do it like maybe 4 or 5 times, and it sounds like a bunch of birds in the house.
My goodness.
So I saved her some money.
Wow. So you were the bird man.
Well, sometimes that's what they say. But, I feel good about everything. The show Saturday night was great. The show coming up on the 28th, 9847 East Artesia Boulevard in Bellflower, California, 90706. I have one gentleman. His name is Mellow Mel Dixon. He's doing Smokey Robinson, Sam Cooke, and Tyrone Davis. And I have the young lady. Her name is Reatha Woodson. She's doing Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, and we're going to be doing a duet together by Donny Hathaway and
Roberta Flack.
Right. And then I'm going to, and then we have Mr. Freddie Bell. He's doing Kim and Lionel Richie. And I'm going to close the show out with Donny Hathaway and Luther Vandross and other various artists that I did Saturday night, you know. So it's coming good. The tickets are moving pretty good, and we're going to have a good time. It holds 300, and it's really, really good. And also the sponsors are there for me. It's just really great. And her name is Carolyn H. Evans, one of the great sponsors that I have, and several other sponsors. But they said, well, you have to mention my name because all you have to do is you can do it, and we don't need no publicity for that. But I like to give everybody their props, if you know what I mean, you know, for helping me in my career, you know. And I have 2 CDs out. The first one is called High on Life, written and produced by me, and the other one's called IC, like ISEE. And people use that phrase a lot in their vocabulary, so which is good. But I feel good about everything that's taking place in my life, and I got to thank God, and I got to thank my mom for instilling me to do things in the right way. And the High on Life song that was written by me, and also I dedicated that song to my mother. Her name is Lillian Augusta Rice. So, and also, you know, back in Baltimore, I have a beautiful daughter, and her name is Maisha Rice. And oh my goodness, and she's so talented. But, you know, I love them all. I love all my family.
Well, you have a musical family to begin with, which is great.
Yes. Everybody was singing coming up, but, you know, only one singing now is my sister, my other brother in Baltimore, my other brother, and myself. We're the only ones that singing now, you know. And it's, you know, one day hopefully we can do a gospel album together. That's what I'm hoping for one day, you know. But everybody's been very, very busy. I'm working on my new CD, and got some heavy hitters on there. I have working with Mr. Ron Wilson, who works with the Whispers and so forth, and several other people who's come along on my train to, you know, guide me in the right direction. And I just thank God every day for the voice that He has given me. And like Saturday night, some people was actually not bragging about it, but they was actually crying. And I'm like, do I sound that good or I sound that bad? They were telling me like, my goodness, where are you from? You know, and like the Smokehouse, I've been this 6 years, 7 years. I've been in Marina Del Rey. I've been in Marina Del Rey for like 5 years performing. And it's with on the 28th. It will be with a live band. So I have a 6-piece band, and also at the show I have a comedian, and his name is Mr. Regal Reiser. You know, also, and we're gonna have the food. We're gonna have the bar. People be able to come out and dance, and it holds about 300 people. And like I said earlier, the tickets are really going, and I say this is God blessing me, because all that you do in life is good. It comes back to you, you know. And when you want to help someone, it just comes back to you. That's what I was always taught. You know, I don't give out to receive. You know, I give out to look at the happiness on people's faces. Like Saturday night, oh my goodness, people were dancing. They was singing. Oh my God. One lady brought several people with her that's going to be at the show, and her name is Mitzi. And I know she's listening because I called a bunch of folks this morning to let them know that I will be on the air, and HER Productions is moving in full force. And that's my company, and that stands for Howard Edward Rice. And that's my name originally on my birth certificate, and that's my company's name. So everybody's excited and everybody's ready, and I've been promoting this for close to 4 months. So we are ready. We're going to have a good time. And I hope to see you and your husband there to see me perform. I can't wait to see you again.
Oh, yeah, and you've also mentioned that you were going to put me on your next show.
Yes, I am. Oh, after I heard your voice, oh, yes, you need to be on my record. Yes, you do, you know. And I think it's going to be good. I think we can put something together really nice original, you know, so it's going to be fine. It's going to be great.
How can they get the tickets?
Okay. In order to get your tickets, you can call Carolyn H. Evans at 310-938-8911, or you can call me, Howard Rice, at 951-427-7054. And the way to get the tickets, you call us. We can either mail them to you, or we can bring them to you. Whatever way that you want to do this, we can do it for you to make it easy. A lot of people have been just sending me checks, money orders. They would even go to Walmart because they want the tickets, you know. So there's a way of getting to us once you call us and talk with us.
Where there is a way, a will, there is a way.
Where there's a will, there's a way. That's
yes.
right.
And you know, we're going to have to work our way off the air now, but I want them to hear a taste of your music. So we're going to ask our maestro to play us off the air. But before we go, I want to thank you for being a guest on our show, Carmelita's Corner on the Easy Way Network here, and hope to see you at the Golden Stage coming up September 21st. There is a way for you to participate. You can go to that invite 59925 for mobile updates. I'm not too tech savvy on that, but I would like to encourage everybody to come out for that big event. We've already had a wonderful Golden Awards event, and now we're looking forward to the Golden Stage on the 21st of September. So now let's give a listen to Howard Rice.
Thank you so much, Carmelita. Appreciate it.
I depend on another. You should depend on yourself. No one knows your heart like you do. No one knows the love that you do. You must love yourself before you can love someone else. High on life, baby. I'm high on life, girl. I'm high on life, darling. That's where I wanna be. That's where I wanna be. That's where I wanna be. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Don't be afraid of your shadow. Hold your head up high. You don't have to cry no more, baby. 'Cause you know just who you are. Doing the right thing for yourself. Just do the things you always want to do.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That was, Reatha, are you there?
I'm here.
Reatha's got some really interesting guests. So many times I'd just like to jump in and join the show, And
I know he's got a wonderful voice.
Cell phone, PC.
Actually, we're not going to do Tech Time today. We're not going to do Jim's today. We're going to go to our second guest today, who we had on last week.
Yep, we altered the program. Little tech glitch then, but we got that corrected, and we altered the program today because we want to have a young lady named Amy Thomson on with us. She is, when I talk about warm and gifted, this young lady is warm and gifted, and she likes sharing her talent. She's not only national, Reatha, but she's national and internationally an award-winning writer and artist. And she's totally passionate about helping others and live lives in a happier and more authentically beneficial way. And, when I say that, people think, oh, happy, yeah, but if you add more happy, what Amy's talking about, we can reduce a lot of this stuff that we're talking about, Reatha, stress and all that, and that's what she's getting at. I think people take for granted, like, oh, we're going to be fine. But Amy is a TV and talk show host, and she's always on the go. She's the founder of Happy Now Online and has several books and programs to help people through their challenges and so on. And she's let's bring her on because I'm going to go on, and then by the time I bring her on, I'll say, sorry, Amy, we have no time. Amy Thomson, you on with us?
I totally am. Thanks for having me, Jim. Thanks for having me, Reatha.
There she is. Amy, this is Reatha Gray, Amy Thomson.
Yes, thanks for having me back. I'm still dancing to Howard Rice's music. I mean, it was so catchy.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's in my head now, and I'm like sitting here dancing.
Yeah, and music, like what you're involved in, you help people in so many ways, but you get down to the nitty-gritty where a lot of people overlook this stuff. And, oh, wait a minute, guys, if you overlook that, you may wind up getting to where you're going to, but you're going to wind up in bad shape. And that's where you kind of come in, and not that it's just you're in the help, but you kind of like nip it in the bud with the happy thing. I mean, if people have that, doesn't that push stress to the back burner?
It does. It does. There are so many ways to be happy, right? And what happens is that people are unhappy when either they don't have something they want or they have something they don't want. And it's really getting clear on, what makes you feel best and having more of that in your life and less of the other stuff in your life.
So here's the thing. What's important to you and Reatha and me and everybody else? What's important? Well, we want to reach our goals and we want to be happy. And yet, we put happiness at the end of the list, and we keep trying to get here and get there, and we find ourselves in this little thing called stress sometimes, or often. It's a big thing out there. Why do we do that? Why don't we put happiness and peace and calmness first? Because that's what's important to keep us in good shape.
Exactly. And logically, it makes sense, for us to take care of our happiness and our well-being first. And what happens is we have automatic responses to situations, and it's anything that we've gone through in life, we become conditioned to something. So, for example, I could say 3 words to you right now, and I'll do this with both you and Reatha. I'll say the word Christmas, and then the word forensic, and then the word hamburger. Although we all know these words, they're going to give each one of us a different thought association, a different feeling. It's like a different vibrational signature. So our body and our minds are going to respond totally different.
Ah, that's interesting, yeah. You're bringing this stuff out.
So, that's why siblings who grow up in families and they have, the same environment, they're not necessarily the same. It's because their interpretation of the events that they go through could be completely different.
Absolutely. My brother and I experienced when we were older and spoke with each other about our childhood experiences. It was like we grew up in 2 different households.
I know.
Wow.
I did a conversation one time with my family. I was taking a money course at Landmark, and the program was we had to interview our family about money. what it was like for other people, what our experiences were, and it was just so eye-opening to find that we had the same experiences but totally different concepts of how things happened. Like completely different views. It's just really neat. Like my sister sat and she would work with my father through all the paperwork. Sorry, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
So my sister got very organized, and I went, wow, that's so much work. So kids can like look at things completely different. It's so neat.
I went to Cal State Fullerton and studied a lot. I was a psychology major in a special education and so on and so forth. And one of the things I remember was as we grew up, like you probably noticed, you get two brothers or two sisters or a sister and brother, twins or close in age, and one turns out, he'll go to college, graduate college, become a professional, and the other one sometimes will drift off and become a drinker, and they say sometimes that's common, but yet they were both raised in the same home. So, but I also remember in my studies, there's something called nature-nurture theory. Some of it is what we learn and from our families and that, but some of it's kind of inborn too. It's just in our genes, I guess, to be a certain way. And what did you go through some experience that, like, you want to reach out and help people and so on and so forth? Was there something a bump in the road that made you want to say, hey, I didn't like what happened. I'm going to take this. Yeah.
I had bumps.
And help
I had
people.
Potholes. I had like roundabouts. I had like
So you
actually
had a little bump in your road? I thought your life was totally peachy keen the whole time.
Oh, it's peachy keen now because I choose it to be, and it doesn't even matter what life throws at me now. I'm like, okay, you know what? This is amazing. So no, I was the one that didn't seem to be able to follow a straight path. I was going in different directions. I was the alcoholic. I was, quote unquote, the black sheep, according to my brother. And like there were so many different things that I ended up getting into. And looking back, to be honest, I don't regret anything because I have been around situations and with people and so many things.
You've
so
learned.
many things that people couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
And I have a better understanding for people and what they go through than what most people do.
Because you've been there. Yeah, because you've been there, see? The street smart thing. Now you're moving on to all kinds of situations with I'm really proud of you, the national and international situations with the awards you've won. And you're also getting in with the Easy Way TV show scenario and the Easy Way situation and what Eric's created. Tell us a little bit about that. That
is so exciting. I was nominated for Rising Star Award, and there were 3 others in the category. That was for the Easy Way Golden Gala, and that was like I just can't get over it. I sat back. I'm from Canada, just for anybody who doesn't know, but I'm sitting there in California with a group of people who I just absolutely love and adore. I felt like I fit in perfectly. I wasn't nervous or worried or anything. And it occurred to me, I'm like, wow, out of all of the people in North America, I'm sitting here with these people. Like, that was when I went, oh, wow, maybe I should really look at what I have to offer and go out there more. Because one of the things that I've been doing is I hide out, and I haven't been out as much. So Eric has just given me an opportunity.
Sometimes.
Oh, it's a great thing. So Eric's given me an opportunity to take on the events blog for Easy Way. One of the things that I do is I'm a writer, and I love writing. So I'm working for New Life Clarity Publishing, helping them with formatting books, and also with the Easy Way events blog now. And I get to talk about the events and what's happening with the Golden Stage event that's happening on the and the Easy Way TV show, exactly. So
you're moving along here.
Yeah. On the 21st, there is a Golden Stage music competition and talent show. So that's what you guys were talking about earlier. Super excited about that. And then, the Where To Next TV show also amazing. I just got offered an opportunity today to take my children to Mexico and film for the Where To Next. So that is something that we're looking at. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked.
So we could say Amy is moving right along here. I mean, did you ever think that all this stuff would be happening? Like when you were talking about the gala, people are saying just to be nominated and have your name on all the stuff made you just as famous as anybody because you're just all over the world all of a sudden with this. And you look around. One thing I was going to say about that event was two things people had in common were many of them were household names, and they all had plane tickets. They were coming in from all over the country and all over the world, Australia, Europe. I mean, it was amazing.
It was
and
amazing.
You look
and the event
right, you're going, oh, yeah.
Yeah, the event was
I wish I had more time with you and to get some private interviews up, but when I'm filming the show and doing this and that, it's you get pretty busy doing that.
Yeah, we can talk again after though.
Yeah. So now, are you going to be at the event?
The one that's coming up? I will not, because I'm in Niagara Falls. So
I was going to say
quite far.
Yeah,
but
you're in New York.
Yeah.
Very close. Yeah, I'm actually very close to the bridge going over to Buffalo, or Niagara Falls, New York. I'm very close to that, but I'm on the Canadian side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Fort Francis?
Fort Francis. That sounds familiar, but I'm not.
Okay, I went to Canada once, and I went to a little place up there. It was pretty. They actually had a fort there. But,
Fort Francis. Yeah. I thought you said Fort Francis, like it was somebody's name. Okay. I will look in. I've been to a lot of forts, but I haven't been to that one. But I'll look into it.
But no, for so much you have going on, the Happy Now online, and so many things you have going on. What in particular? I mean, I don't know. You're going in so many directions. I give you a lot of credit, and the thing that we were talking about earlier about the stress thing, I think you're helping a lot of people with what you're teaching and sharing with people.
Yeah. So one of the things for me was that one of the biggest stressors for me was that people always told me to focus, right? And for somebody who has ADHD, when you sit there and you pressure yourself constantly to try to focus and fit into one thing, that in itself is like going against your natural rhythm and flow. So I teach people to find what their rhythm and flow is and what makes them happy. Because even though I'm doing these things on a very part-time basis, and the main thing that I'm doing is happynow.online. Okay, that's my baby. And that's a source for everything happy. So that's it.
Real quick,
I just want to bring happiness.
We're running out of time real quick. What would you advise, like per day or per week, that people should do with their busy, crazy schedules to take a break? Would you say how many hours or how much a day should they unplug?
Well, you know how with money they say pay yourself first, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to your schedule, you have to pay yourself first. You have to honor yourself, be with your faith, be with your quiet time, do something that's really soothing your soul. And Bob Proctor calls it a psychic source of income, possibly. I'm saying possibly because it looks different to everybody. But a psychic source of income would be somebody who enjoys music. They get up and they put music on in the day, like in the morning. But whatever it is that's your morning routine to get your mind and body into like a positive space, that's the key thing. And take time when you need it.
Yeah. That's important. In the morning, too, like a good meal would be a good song or a good way to start the day peacefully. Instead of waking up and hitting the news right away and seeing about some big explosion somewhere, which is what we do. We get in the car, and people have their coffee, turn on the radio, and, oh, boom, there's another explosion there, or whatever. And
I refuse to do that.
Yeah.
I refuse to look at my phone immediately when I wake up. I really get into myself and my intentions, and then I'll look at my phone.
So, Amy, how would someone get in contact with you?
And I try to avoid looking at my phone until as late in the day as I possibly can.
I love that, Reatha.
I found that out this morning.
Perfect.
It's true. I tell people, don't send me anything early in the morning. I may miss it.
No. Which I did. We were talking this morning. Okay. So, Amy, how would somebody get in touch with you?
You can go to the website, happynows.online, or you can look me up on Facebook. I'm actually going to check what my Facebook name is. How good is that? It's Amy Thomson, but some people don't find me. I think it goes Amy Create, Build, Inspire, and that's what it is on Facebook.
And your Easy Way TV show will be, what process are you in?
Where to next, and I would expect it to be starting to air 1 month from now, like the second week of October. We've got Niagara College has some people that they're going to be able to help us with editing. And I'm playing a game called Connect the Dots, where I'm connecting with other people to assist with the process. Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Yeah, I naturally like connect people with each other, so I figured why not just make a little show of it and do it live. Then I'm not responsible for all of the details. People can connect with each other through me.
You are so multi-talented, innovative. You're a heart warmer for sure.
Well,
and
thank
that's
you,
how I started. A warm and gifted lady. That's you. Well, thank you, Amy, for being on with Reatha and I, and we're going to take your words of wisdom and live longer, basically.
Be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to be happy.
I love it. You guys are beautiful people. Like, I really think you're doing such a great job with this.
Thank you, Amy.
Well, thank you, and thank you for coming on the show. And look forward to seeing you the next time you're in town.
I will, definitely.
Just talking to Amy, I just took a relaxing breath. You know, she just brings that to the table. Well, everybody, it's time to move on, and we appreciate our guest time. And with that, Reatha, we're going to bring on.
Our time is up. We are
we're going to
beyond time.
We're going to move on with baby boomer benefits with Jerry Kane.
So you are going to do baby. Okay, you're going to do baby boomer benefits, and I'm going to say happy trails to you.
Happy trails. Roy Rogers, right?
Absolutely. Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. I'm riding off into the sunset, as Carmelita would say. And ladies and gentlemen, you have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful week.
Hi.
And I'll see
Carmelita.
you next week at 10. And Jim and Jerry will carry on.
Have a good ride. I could picture you on that horse riding away, Ray. Good job. Okay, guys.
Okay.
So with that, we're going to bring on, and I'm talking about amazing and benefits. Baby boomer benefits with Jerry Kane. Jerry is someone that gets into the nitty-gritty on what we're not doing. We're not looking into the benefits we should be getting, and Jerry brings that to light. Jerry, on with us?
I am. Good morning, Jim. How are you doing?
Good morning, Jerry. Yay. Yay. Jerry's on with us because help. We need these benefits, Jerry. We're a mess. We're falling apart here. And we got to start paying attention. So get out your notebooks and listen to what Jerry has to say, because it makes a big difference, doesn't it, Jerry? And if people don't pay attention, they go years without some of these things, and they're losing out, right?
That is absolutely correct. And, today we're going to not only talk a little bit about benefits, but I thought we'd do something a little different and talk about how financial planning integrates with estate planning, and why it's so important to make sure that there are not only no holes in your estate plan, but there are no holes in your financial plan, and that the two are well integrated into a holistic approach. So that's what I'm going to be chatting about today.
I'm taking notes.
You're taking notes.
Yeah. Well, the estate planning and all that, and if people don't do that, I've read articles about celebrities and that who don't take care of this, and it winds up being a mess, and they don't get things in order.
Correct, yeah. Well, estate planning is important for many, many reasons, and, it's important to take care of what happens if you pass away. It's even more important to take care of what happens if you don't pass away, because you're even more likely to not pass away than you are. Well, eventually you're going to pass away, but you're more likely to live a long time with disabilities in a period of incapacity. And we've talked about that a little bit on a prior show. But in general, first of all, estate planning takes care of ensuring that none of your assets go through the probate process, which, if you're not familiar with the probate process, it's what everybody wants to stay away from, especially in California, because it's extremely expensive, costing up to 5% of the estate, and it's extremely time-consuming as well, taking, on average, 9 months to a year in California. If you have property in other states, it could be 18 months to 2 years. Sometimes it could be, 3, 4, 5 years. And during that period, you're trying to explain to your heirs why it's taking so long. So being an executive in the state is a terrible thing to be in, because you're constantly having to explain to these heirs who are putting all kinds of pressure on you, saying, where's my money? So it's something people want to avoid, and it's pretty easy to avoid probate with a basic, simple living trust. And anybody out there who has any kind of assets, if you don't have a trust or you haven't had it reviewed in the past, 2-3 years, I highly suggest that you have it reviewed. And we can take a look at it, or you can go back to the attorney who drafted it. Now, a good estate plan is going to ensure that during a period of incapacity, that you have as much flexibility as possible to be able to continue to manage assets. A trust does that. Also, powers of attorney assist with that process. And we've talked about, in a prior show, having the right kind of power of attorney. It's not just any power of attorney, because if you have a limited power of attorney that limits what you can do, it may limit the ability for you to get access to certain types of benefits and certain types of the ability to manipulate assets and move them around. We're facing that right now with a client of ours who, they came into me and they wanted to do some planning to qualify for Medi-Cal and for veterans benefits. And, the client was with me, and she did not appear, in my opinion, to actually understand what was going on. She was falling asleep. She wasn't paying much attention. And, the daughter brought her in. And I said to the daughter, I said, look, I really don't think that she has enough legal capacity to be able to sign any documents at this point for us to be able to qualify. I said, here, I'm not an expert. I can't make that decision myself. I really don't think she has capacity, but if you go to her physician and her physician says that she does have capacity, we can talk. And she today contacted her office and said, I don't think we're going to be able to get a physician to say she has capacity. So, my inclination was right, that she no longer probably has any type of legal capacity, which really limits what we can do to try to help them. So the bottom line is you got to plan as early as possible. And I started off saying that you want to make sure your plan is well integrated with your financial plan. And this is a piece that's really missing a lot. People will go to their attorney, they'll go to their financial advisor, and nobody talks to anybody. And a lot of times the financial advisor, all they're doing is worrying about managing assets. They're not looking at how does this affect my overall estate plan. And there are things that financial planners can do that can affect the estate plan and vice versa. So in our office, we actually take a very, very holistic approach. And I am a financial advisor myself, which allows me to see the big picture. And it allows me to ensure that nothing is overlooked. No holes are overlooked. Are we minimizing taxes? Are we paying the least amount we can as far as income taxes? What about estate taxes? Are we going to be taking care of the estate tax issues? And those can be handled both from the legal side and from the financial side with insurance. So a lot of times we're setting up insurance to handle estate taxes. which some people are thinking, I don't need to worry about estate taxes right now because, there's that's $11 million exemption. Yeah, right. Well, that goes away very shortly in the year 2024. If Congress does nothing, boom, the law disappears and we go back to the prior law, which still appears kind of high, $5 million, but a lot of people don't realize that if they own life insurance, they've increased the size of their estate because life insurance is includable in your estate for estate tax purposes. So we're going to sit down and we're going to restructure those policies to be held outside of your estate into a special kind of trust, which we call a life insurance trust. So there are a lot of things that we coordinate on the legal side and on the financial side, making sure we're in tax-advantaged vehicles, that we're paying the least amount of tax, that we've got the right amount in our IRAs and 401ks, and everything's coordinated together. That we are, if possible, paying 0% tax, which we've talked about in the past as well, that it is possible to restructure assets so you pay no tax. So, that's a little bit what we've talked about today. I know we've talked about a whole lot of things in a short amount of time, and that's because we do have a limited amount of time. Pretty much any topic that I've discussed, we can probably spend an hour talking about, rather than 15 minutes talking about any of these topics.
Sure. There's so much that it entails, but you're covering it smooth and clear, and I was totally tuned in. But yeah, they're all chapters or books by themselves. And I don't know if you notice, a lot of people go through their life, possibly with a business or whatever, and they don't have programs that they invest into. They don't have an IRA, or like in the old days, they would put money into a Sears account, and Sears would equal whatever the contribution was, and they wound up with some good pensions. But a lot of
they would match.
Exactly, the matching, yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't have that.
That's funny. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people today don't have pensions or 401ks. And actually, that's another reason why you want to come in and talk to us, because you may think your company is matching, and they may not be. We actually found that out with a client of ours yesterday. She thought that they were matching what she was putting in, and evidently they stopped, and she didn't even know. So it's quite possible that you may not be getting the match, in which case there may be a better way of investing and planning than putting it into a 401k, which we should sit down and talk about. If they're matching, then generally we would say, yeah, it's free money. Take the match. Make sure you're putting away money in the 401k in most cases. That's what we would probably recommend. But, yeah, again, that's a whole other topic.
That's another topic.
So, yeah, there's so many topics that we can talk about.
This is an interesting one, but just real quick. Now, people put money in 401ks, and they go, well, what's your retirement? Well, I've got a property or two, and, I've got money in a 401k. But all of a sudden, something big happens, and you see the big drops like in 08. Your 401k drops, 30-40%? So if you have whatever amount of money, you're losing that money, right? When the 401k drops, you're actually losing money from your savings in a way. The money that's in your 401k?
The people, they call 2008 the lost decade because it took till 2018 for the money to come back from 2008. So basically, to get back to even, it took 10 years from those losses. And, the problem is some people, they were retiring in 2008 and they were finding they had to go back to work in 2009 because you can't always time the market in time when you're going to retire. If you knew the market was going to be high at its highest point when you were going to retire, then you could rely upon that. But nobody has a crystal ball and nobody knows what it's going to be in the future. And there are ways to actually protect against downside risk, we can talk about on another show, that there are methods to actually protect against downside risk, and ensure that if there is a market downturn, that you're not losing your entire portfolio of assets.
So we want to look into, on another show, is it, you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket like 401ks. You want to maybe invest in an insurance premium or just a savings account, which there's not much interest. Real estate or whatever. You got to have the variety.
Usually recommend in savings and CDs, because savings, if you have your money in a savings account somewhere, you're probably getting 0.1, 0.2% interest.
Exactly. Yeah, or you're losing money. Possible.
Usually it's a good idea to have a small amount in those accounts, 3 to 6 months saved for emergencies. But it's a better idea to take the majority of your assets that are in low paying accounts that aren't even keeping up with inflation, and moving them into something that can provide you a better return with minimal risk at the same time, or no risk.
At least cost of living. Because if it's
there are things that have almost no risk. So, there are ways to get a better return without increasing potential amount of risk that you're taking.
Well, this is interesting stuff. So, I don't know, Jerry. I could go on and on and on, but talking about,
I know.
being glued to the conversation. But it's not just people my age; it's the younger people should just hold on to this stuff really tight, because so many of us are saying, "If only." Oh my God! If we did this 30 years ago, our lives would be different. Because you buy a policy today,
I'm
it's going to cost you $1,000 a month.
I know. I wish I know now I wish I knew at 20 or 30 what I know now, because I would have done things quite differently. So
we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. That's even at 40, that's not too old, right? Starting at 40.
Well, it's never too old. Of course, the older you get, the less time you have to plan, and the less time you have to, basically. You want to start as early as possible, both on the legal side and on the financial side, because that gives you usually the most flexibility and the most opportunities.
Yeah, you got people in their 50s and 60s trying to figure out ways to start. But anyway, we're out of time. Speaking of time, and talking about golden nuggets, and we hope to see you on the 21st. And
yes.
And we'll be spending a little bit more time together than the last time.
Yeah, we should probably mention where to find me.
Oh, great! Yeah, let's go over that.
Yeah, if you'd like to come in and take a look at, even if you've done planning, we can give you a second opinion. It's a good idea to at least review it every couple of years, and especially make sure that everything is well integrated together, and give you a second opinion on that at no additional cost. So give us a call at 818-905-6088, or go to our website, estplan.com, and we'll look forward to seeing you again real soon in the future.
Baby Boomer Benefits with Jerry Kane. Thank you, Jerry. And with that, it's time to move on, and we're going to be talking to Jerry next week. And we will, guys, remember, join us on the Golden Stage, singers, dancers, bands, comedians, with Andy McKnight as a host comedian, and Kevin Dorsey, Gary Miller, Eric will be there, creator of Easy Way TV, Kenya Lucas, producer-songwriter, Sheldon Reynolds with Earth, Wind, and Fire, and music legend, former president of Capitol Records, Steve Resnick. And it's going to be at the Tapas Flavors of Spain, 741 Crown Valley Parkway in Mission Viejo. And there will be cash prizes. There will be the panel I mentioned will be judging. And it's going to be Dash Radio airtime, over 3,000 listeners, a one-page feature, and 3 top influential magazines. How about that, reach of 4 million? A record producer with the infamous Gary Miller. This is going to be quite an experience and an opportunity for anyone in music that's a singer, dancer, band that wants to get out there. So come join us. With that, guys, Radio Boomers Live will be signing out. So keep moving, keep the faith till next Monday morning. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Radio Boomers Live with your hosts, Reatha Gray, Star Betty White's Off Their Rockers, and Easy's dad, Jim Zuley. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Radio Boomers Live. Radio Boomers Live is brought to you by the Easy Way Broadcasting Network. That's the letter E, the letter Z, Broadcasting Network.